Hey guys, Mike here again, today with another little short video about Superior Drummer. Don't worry, I will talk about other VST in the future as well, but I thought this software offers so many options that some of you, especially those who've just started with using this program, might not know. So today I want to talk something about the question that I get quite often, saying people, do I really need all those mic bleeding and room microphones that Superior Drummer offers? Because maybe you have known when you purchase the software or you are about to purchase the software, you will see that it needs up to 230 gigabytes of hard disk drive. So it's pretty lot. And most of this size of the data you will need is determined or caused by all the room microphones Superior Drummer offers. Usually, like when you record drums and when you use other softwares, you usually have a pair of overheads, maybe two different room microphones, a pair of stereo room microphones and mono microphone. But let's have a listen on the mixer channel here in Superior Drummer. You might have seen this before, especially when you're already using it. You see all those weird channels like front, left, right, center, surround, front, height. And when you looked some of the promotional videos of Superior Drummer saying that this can sum up to 11.1 stereos, you would say like, I'm just a drummer or I produce music. Why do I need such much channels, 11.1, except for the fact that you may be producing music for film scores? Well, at the end of the day, what those channels are is just another room microphones. That's basically it. And you cannot have enough room microphones because the drum sound and the quality of drums is determined, in my opinion, about 70-80% of the room, how the room sounds and how many room microphones you can put up while recording. And the more you have, the more options you have. So I want to show you, not without diving deep into like 11.1 film score music producing, just like how you can use those room microphones, assuming that you downloaded the big package up to 230 gigabytes, how you can use this to be creative. So first of all, I've just loaded up the basic core kit here. This is from Pearl because I like this a lot. It's punchy right off the box. Let's have a quick listen on the little loop here I've chosen from the Superior Drum library. So a basic groove. And by default, there are two room microphones activated. It's those ambient ribbon microphones. Ribbon microphones is a microphone with a special character, and the overhead stereo microphones. So let's talk about those 7 channels. As I said, 6 channels. As I said, those are just room microphones, and those microphones will basically help you to create a big drum sound without messing with reverb. When you see some of the footage TuneTrack released while the recording or after the launch of this project, you will see the room that George Massenborg and the guys from TuneTrack recorded the drums in, the Galaxy Studios in Belgium, one of the biggest recording room I've ever seen, one of the best recording rooms in the world, basically. And they took advantage of the quality of the room sound and just put up like those crazy amount of microphones. So first of all, I will activate all the channels here because they were deactivated by default. This will take some time to load. You see here in the upper right corner, even though I have a fast processor, you will see it sums up to quite a lot of memory that you need. In this case, you will need some RAM memory to load the samples up. So, but I will then solo each of them after all, so you can hear first of all that it's just room microphones, and then I will talk about a way how to use them creatively. So first, let's start with the front, left, right microphone. So the center microphone is basically a mono microphone. To make it more obvious, I will now, first of all, I will deactivate every sample, and then I will, when you highlight every one of them and you go here to the upper right corner where you can choose which sample should be loaded within those microphones, I will just load the snare, so the effect you will hear is more obvious. What this will make, due to the surrounded placing of all the microphones, you will get some sort of a three-dimensional snare sound. That's no reverb, no artificial reverb or reverb plugin that you use to create a bigger room. This setup took advantage of the big sounding room. So let's concentrate on the snare drum. I will slowly bend the channels in, so you will hear what I mean. I assume that you are watching and listening with headphones and speakers. So knowing that feature and assuming that maybe your computer is not that big and fast, you should be aware that this will need a lot of hard disk drive and processing power from your computer. So let's say we use the toms as well. So I will load the toms here. Just use every one of them because there will be a section in the song where the toms kick in. So I will jump to that section. Let's have a listen on the toms. So I already have a big room sound, and you see in the mixer section I did nothing EQ-wise or compression-wise. It's just like this fantastic sounding room the drums were recorded in. And when you remember one of my last videos where I showed you what you can do by parallel processing or going the way that you should name the bus channels or the aux channels that you created to go which direction. So let's use this. If you haven't checked this video, click on the little info box. You can check this out. So let's say we create a bus. So we go here to the output 1 and 2, and we're sending all of them to bus 1 in this case. So every single room microphone or pair of room microphones here from the 6 are going through this bus, and we name this big room. So now we can process all those signals coming through those 6 channels by just one bus. So let's solo it. So the room is already sounding big, right? So, but now what we can do, let's say just on the fly, what always good on room microphones to overprocess them is this Compressor 76. You heard me saying this quite a million times already. This is a recreation of the famous 1176 compressor. So let's crank the volume here. Okay, this is a good starting point, and let's say now we add some distortion here. We were gonna take this valve distortion box, which is quite cool. And this is like the thing what I always say, don't rely too much on presets, be creative, try stuff out if you have the feeling, especially when you're creating this parallel processing. You can always like delete the channel and have the same basic drums that you started with without messing it up. So let's use this valve distortion box. Pushing the drive here. So we high pass the signal at 7 kHz, so it's getting a bit more darker. And finally, what a cool effect on big room microphones is using some delay. So we were going to use this 1981 classic echo. Let's switch maybe to another one. What to check here? No, we're gonna choose the tape delay, which is cool. So a delay is that you get like some sort of, as its name suggests, a delay effect. So let's dial with the settings here right now. So you hear this echo effect, but we will decrease it a bit. Let's say to 20 milliseconds here. So I just want to have that effect that like just like the snare, the ring of the snare is like echoing back from the walls. With this repeat fader, you can decrease and increase the amount of this feedback effect. much. Without. Again, as always, when it comes to parallel processing, maybe this is too much, but let's have a listen when I slowly blend this in, what this will do just to the snare track. And you see, still, on the other channels, I did nothing so far on the cue, just like took advantage of those fantastic sounding room microphones, put some processing on. And the key is always what I always tell. The effect is probably sitting best in the mix when you think you have the feeling that you barely really hear it because your ears get well used to it, but you will miss something when you mute your channel. So I will show you what I mean. So maybe this is too much. Let's start again. So now I have the feeling that's almost the right balance, and you will hear what's missing when I mute the effect. So you see, to answer your question, yeah, you should download all the microphones. So you may not use them on an everyday basis, but they give you just a ton of options. You don't have to use all of them. You can just use maybe the center microphone or the front, left, right. Just play with them, use them as a common stereo pair of overheads or room microphones instead of the common ones like the ambient, near, mid, or the ribbon microphone, just to create that bigger image. Throw some compression on it, EQ on it, play along. I mean, you should take advantage of the endless possibilities Superior Drummer offers, because that's what the software is so unique about, having those options. You can do almost everything you want. You should download those channels if you have enough space on your hard disk drive or external drive like me, and of course if you have enough RAM power. That was for me for today. If you have any questions regarding this particular topic or any other topic, drum software related, eDrum related, just leave a comment below. I'll try to answer everything. Thanks so far for watching, guys, and see you next time. Bye bye.